Hello. So today we are going to do our final observation of our plant. So you either observed it yourself, hopefully you had a way to observe it, or you seen pictures of our class ones. So whatever you wrote is fine. If nothing happened, it's really dry in the winter time, especially in Utah. Utah's always really dry because it's a desert, but especially in the winter time it's dry. So that's probably why we didn't see any water collection, is because it was just so dry outside. The plant used all the moisture and didn't actually transpire any. So if you didn't see any, it's okay to write you didn't see any. And then when you fill out this sheet about your experiment, you can just say, I didn't see any. I'm not sure what happened, and do it then. Okay. So today we're going to switch to the evaporation part. Instead of worrying about the transpiration from plants, we're going to focus on the evaporation. What happens to water when it's just sitting there? And so you should have got 2 jars, and you should have filled both jars about the same amount and marked on the jars where you filled it to. One should have a lid and one doesn't have a lid. And then I sent these papers, and I want you to actually fill out day 1 for what the jars look like yesterday. So you're going to mark right on the jar. So if I was to write on your sheet, let's see. Okay, here we go. So if I was to mark on the sheet, you would just mark the water went to right here, and it should be about the same on both jars. Okay, I'm obviously writing on 2 papers at once, which you won't because your papers will be separate. But then day 2, you're going to mark, is the water still the same? So today would be day 2. Is the water still the same in the open jar and the unopened jar? So you'll mark where it's at today, and then you'll mark where it's at again tomorrow. So you're going to mark those jars. Okay. Okay. So then I sent this little flip chart, and I want you to lift up each tab and answer the question. So the first question is, what is the sun's role in evaporation? What does the sun do to cause evaporation? What happens to the water vapor once it rises and meets cold air? So once that water vapor is heated up and it rises and meets cold air, what happens? And what factors do you think may affect the rate of evaporation in the body of water? So what's going to change how fast evaporation happens? So I want you to fill out those 3 answers to those 3 questions. And then today is a short lesson because it's operetta practice day. So we're going to spend some of our time in class practicing the operetta. So Kesley, you'll come at 12:40 and we'll go through scene 1 in the operetta. So mark your jars page, fill out your evaporation flip chart, and then you can be done for today. So good luck.